Welcome to Source Not Found, show about the worst versions of your favorite things. Every other week, we take an IP, franchise, or fandom and examine it solely through its sequels, spin-offs, and/or side projects, basically anything but the source material. My name is Bo Woodall, and if you want to get laid, you just got to put a little bit of Journey on.
And I'm Brandon June, and I subscribe to the Claire Redfield School of Scavenging. When you break into a home and find an old unattended pizza, immediately take a bite, and then give it a sniff to see if it smells edible. Chew first. Ask questions later.
I would maybe do that if it was my brother's house. Like,
it's just the fact that she sniffs it after she's already chowing down on it. I mean, listeners might not know, I was born without a sense of smell. I don't have one. So this is kind of like unfamiliar to me, like unfamiliar territory. But I just feel like, don't you do that first? Don't you sniff it first?
I don't know if you can smell old pizza and know if it smells like bad old pizza.
Also, you said like your brother's house, but like you're in this situation, your brother is Chris Redfield.
Yeah, it's true.
He's too busy out there punching boulders and working on bicep. You know, he's not doing housekeeping. Hi, everyone. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to Raccoon City. Welcome to Raccoon City.
Yeah, this episode, we're covering the 2021 film Resident Evil.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
When we decided to do this, like, oh yeah, a Resident Evil movie did come out like in the last couple of years, and I looked like, yeah, fucking 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Welcome to Raccoon City.
Welcome to time post-pandemic. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's been out a while. I had not seen this.
I had not either.
Until now. Yeah.
So before I get into the numbers, quick rundown of the movie. This is basically just the movie version of taking Resident Evil, the original game, and Resident Evil 2, and trying to make a cogent story out of shoving those two video games together and all of the characters therein.
I think that's a pretty good summation. I would change it slightly.
Okay.
Everything you just said, but you feed the scripts of those two games into ChatGPT, and then that writes your movie.
Okay.
The shit feels like it was written by AI.
Yeah.
At times.
This felt like a bad translation of a script retranslated into English.
We'll get into it. So, I was like, am I going to start my rant right now? No,
I was going to say,
a little early. Like,
that was a pause pregnant
podcasting.
with a Brandon rant baby.
You can't, it's like you have certain rules when you make content, right? Like you're making a YouTube video. You're not supposed to swear within the first, I don't know the rules.
Wait, really? Man,
I heard this in passing.
I do bad work.
I do bad half-remembered, work. Anyway, don't start the rant. Like we're not even at minute 5 yet. Just let everyone get acclimated.
Okay, so we'll do numbers first. That way, that's a nice comfortable place for us to start building ire.
Unless you're trying to start with 6 and 7, in which case I'm ready to rant.
That's I did the hand gesture. Yeah.
I'm an educator. I hear 6, 7 a lot. I'm not here, not in this space. This is a safe space.
Safe space because I don't know any children. Big thumbs up from me. Okay, so Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City was released Thanksgiving weekend 2021, which is a big one. Like, that's a big weekend to release a movie.
That's a big tasty weekend. Not so much itchy.
It's a big itchy tasty weekend.
Itchy? Yeah. What do y'all do at your house?
It depends on if you're allergic to, some of the Thanksgiving food.
Yeah. Or if you're like me and we're doing a Friendsgiving together. And
you put way too much black pepper in a green bean casserole. No, we talk about that shit every year, bud. We've been talking about that for 12
teaspoons
years.
And tablespoons. They both start with T and end with an S and a P.
Uh-huh. Wasn't that recipe? It wasn't that. The recipe was in Spanish, and you don't speak Spanish, right?
Is that what it was? I don't remember.
Yeah, because you said it asked for a tata of black pepper. and you had no idea what a Tata was, so you just like went with it.
I'm going to be a little kinder to my past self then. I have misremembered that all these years.
Yeah, you downloaded a recipe that was in a different language for green bean fucking casserole.
For those of you new to this situation, I put a lot of black pepper into a dish. Too much black pepper, you might say. It was an itchy situation.
It was a very itchy.
It wasn't not tasty. It was fine.
It was itchy. The budget on this bad boy was only $25 million, which kind of surprised the hell out of me for 2021.
I am not surprised at all to hear that. I saw those effects.
That's fair.
I saw those sets.
But I also saw the cast, and the cast is pretty good.
Yeah. Kinda.
I mean,
some of them.
You have some fucking stars in this movie.
Oh, yeah. I mean, in that regard, I am surprised to see a couple, like, having seen the entire film. At first, I wasn't surprised to see them, but when I, like, finished the film, like, I was retroactively surprised having seen them in what I just watched, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Opening weekend, it only got $5 million back. U.S. gross $17 million, worldwide 42.
Ooh, not very good.
Not a great showing.
Good situation. I don't think we're going back to Raccoon City. Well, no, I mean, we won't be.
No, it's gone now. They did set up some sequel ideas, but I'll be talking about that later on down the line in Trivia Corner.
I don't think there's any Welcome to Somewhere in Europe, is what I'm saying.
Listen to this opening weekend. This is what it was up against. It came in at number 5 on its opening weekend.
Okay.
Number 1 was fucking Encanto. It's not gonna... No. Number 2 was Ghostbusters Afterlife. Number 3 was House of Gucci. And number 4 was the Marvel movie The Eternals. So it's up against Ghostbusters, Disney, and Marvel, and Lady Gaga for its opening fucking weekend.
You're not
doing anything.
That's like a family movie weekend.
Yeah, and it wasn't really marketed. Like, there were posters and stuff, but it wasn't marketed at anything like the Anderson flicks.
Mm.
So it just kind of.
Maybe that was for the best. I feel like the more you show of this, the less you're going to like what you see.
Yeah. So I do want to say, before we get hardcore down on this movie, one thing I did like about this movie was maybe not the casting choices, but the cast itself.
Yeah.
Like, I could enjoy watching this entire cast in almost anything.
I think I agree with that. They were so wrong for some of the characters, not across the board.
Agreed.
But that it was hard to appreciate them. But like, I feel like we could have had fun. Like, this shouldn't have been Resident Evil. Maybe like take this group and make them something else, or like make them original characters or something, or just cast them as other people. But like, oh, dude, you don't. That's not Wesker. That is not Albert Wesker's personality.
And that is not my Leon Kennedy.
Dude, what did they do to my boy? My beautiful boy.
Look what they did to my beautiful boy.
A dipshit. He's a rookie. It's his first day, but like it is like the Homer Simpson. It's my first day, like setting off like the nuclear meltdown.
I've got something. I've got something for that too, and it genuinely pisses me off that this is where they took it. I didn't mind Robbie Amell as Redfield.
He was good, actually. The Redfields, fine, no complaints.
Casted fine. And Neil McDonough is an actor I like very much. He was a very good Birkin.
I was gonna say, actually, fucking nailed it with Birkin.
Yeah,
like he's got this sort of cold, calculating, like paternal facade, like in the initial scenes with like Kid Redfields, like sociopath wearing the facade of a paternalistic father figure.
And that's what he does
like,
best.
You can feel
like every character
he's good.
Loves. Every character he plays that I love is normally a cold, calculating villain that is hidden by a warmer, like almost family man facade. And he does it so well, and he does it well in this too.
The only thing he didn't do well enough was make up for the fact that when he gets full G-virused at the end, like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like, it's sort of like, it's a swan dive, this movie. It actually, the first half, not bad. Not great. Not bad. In a lot of ways. There's some cool shit in this movie. But man, like, as you go
in my little summary that I gave.
Yeah.
Let me deepen that a little bit.
Okay.
This movie very much follows the whole Chris Redfield, Jill Valentine, Albert Wesker trio. We were missing a Barry Burton, which upset me a little bit. But
I don't know why they left him out.
Me neither.
Very strange.
You have that trio, and they do explore Spencer Mansion, just like in Res Evil 1.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, in Raccoon City, you have Claire Redfield trying to find her brother, Leon Kennedy's first day on the force, and basically Raccoon City being overrun by the T-virus. The problem is, this movie is only, 97 minutes long? And they are trying to put the entire, plot line and structure of two beloved video games into that 97 minutes.
Was it 97 minutes? I thought it felt very long.
It may have been... It may have been 107 minutes. But it was...
I want to say I remember looking at, we were looking at over an hour 40.
It is well under 2 hours. And...
Doesn't feel like it, though.
No, it feels...
I was struggling.
Inexhaustible. And that's where I struggle so much with this movie. If they would have just picked one of the games and stuck with it, we probably could have had some compelling shit, even with the bad effects.
There's some good shit in this movie. I don't understand. I kind of do, but what? Why? It was the same thing with Silent Hill. Yeah. Pick one. Why are you trying to throw all these games into one? I want to say it feels like a desperate last ditch effort from filmmakers who think they only have one shot to do as much as possible. You know, maybe we're not going to get funding to do a sequel. Just do everything you want to do. I don't know.
So this is my biggest complaint with this movie, and it's my biggest complaint probably with the Silent Hill movie we watched as well. It is obvious that the director of this movie loves these fucking games.
Oh my God.
It is glaringly obvious how much he loves and reveres the video game source material. The problem is
Easter eggs when they are put on a pedestal
and
in the front
a big light shown on them.
Yeah, it's spotlit, 3 lights on it, and is rotating in front of you. And then there's a narration, guided tour, saying, "Look at the egg. Look at the egg, though. Itchy, tasty." Literally. Anyway, sorry. I didn't go. Please.
No, that's all I have really. Is the fact
I'm revving up over here.
Yeah, here it goes. I just struggle so much with someone who loves something so much, and then they try to do so much with it that it just turns the whole thing into a big pile of shit.
Yeah. I've had this experience a couple times. You know, it makes you want to like something more than you do. Because I am a fan. I am a big fan of these games. They are important to me. So I felt that with Silent Hill, obviously this dude loves this franchise. You wouldn't be able to replicate some aspects of this. It's not the surface level stuff, not even Jill Sandwich. We're getting into the RE2 burger that the trucker eats, gamer shit, you know? I guess some of this stuff does get memed and out to the normies, but we're pulling a lot of things, and the same thing with Silent Hill, the same thing with the most recent Mortal Kombat movie. I did not like that film. But man, I could tell that the people who made it did. Or they like the source material, you know? I can feel the love and I can see it on the screen. But then at the same time, they so misuse everything. Jill Sandwich, it's a Jill Sandwich now. I don't know. It just felt very look
at the callbacks we can make.
Easter eggs are always going to be kind of arbitrary like that. But literally after half of these, I expected the camera like I expected the actor to turn and look at the camera.
Yeah,
almost. Do you know what I mean?
Do like a Jim from The Office sort of thing. Just be like, hey, did you get it?
Really,
did you get it?
Yeah. The one that's really bad is Itchy Tasty, where like zombie woman neighbor is writing Itchy Tasty on the window in blood outside. It's like, what? Okay, fine. But then she rushes the window and like smashes through, jumps into the house and screams, Itchy Tasty, Itchy Tasty. It's like, oh my God, I didn't think it could get worse. It just got worse. You've taken an iconic line that could be so just like powerful and creepy and foreboding because it's a diary. It's a journal entry, you know?
Yeah.
And then you have the zombie woman screaming it. You've leashed all power out of the thing.
Yeah, it's not creepy anymore. It's a battle cry now.
That said, that scene is fucking good.
Yeah.
Like you have Claire, like the kid runs in and she's like under the table. You have the camera kind of like looking, the left side of the screen is like Claire like looking under the table that's like kind of obscured by a tablecloth, and there's a kid under there, and you're not sure what's going on. It's like, oh, are we gonna get jump scared by the kid like, you know, grabbing her wrist or something like that? And then on the right side of the screen, you're looking at this like window facing the exterior backyard, and then like it's kind of obscured, but then you see this like zombie woman rushing the window, and like the camera's kind of planted, and it's fucking good.
It's good.
She just smashes through. It's like, that was a fucking great shot, and it got me excited because at that moment, like, I don't know. I'm kind of ambivalent about this movie so far. Like, we're doing some things I really like, but also there's a lot of bullshit in here. And in that moment, like, okay, maybe this movie is going to be pretty good, actually. It wasn't, but that was cool.
They could have had 2 very, very fun movies. And instead, they have one movie that has so much potential, and 95% of that potential is absolutely wasted, just like my teachers told me when I was in school.
Here's the thing. There's one other reason, like in those early tens of minutes, that I was kind of getting excited about this film. And I do think it has a pretty good first half. But the potential there is excellent because it homes in on an aspect of Resident Evil that I think could be very interesting to explore, especially in live action. Especially living in modern American society where we just watch again and again Flint, Michigan, East Palestine, Ohio, like all these places that are just destroyed by negligence or sometimes like outright and intentionally poisoned by their governments and then left to just deal with it. No help for you, no health care. You have cancer now. Here's $1,000. That's all you're going to get. Figure it out. Just left to be immiserated. And you get a lot of that in this town. This is a company town. This is an umbrella controlled town. The company is poisoning its residents. There's no one in this town anymore. We're told at one moment, like, basically you got law enforcement and then like those 2 poor to leave, which, goddamn, like a town with more cops than residents, like what a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
What a fucking, forget the zombies. Fuck, this place is hell.
But something I did notice, they don't have cops. They have a chief of police, fucking Leon Kennedy, and then an overabundance of special forces.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh, and the 2 cops we see that come in the diner.
Right. Actually, in that scene, what, other than like starting to be worried about the characterization, because that's where you meet Jill and Wesker and everyone, like, oh, who is this man? It's not Jill either. No. And she's got a crush on Wesker, and they're like doing banter. It's like, who are these people? But what's compelling about that scene is like you have Leon there as well, rookie, and you are talking to the waitress, and she like starts bleeding from her eye. And we've been panning around the town a little bit and seeing like these people kind of like locked in their homes and like sort of at their windows, and then, you know, the camera dwells on it for a moment and they shut the curtains or slam the door, you know, and you have this this population that's just been abandoned, poisoned, immiserated, abandoned, forgotten, and they have no recourse. They have nothing. And bringing that dimension into this is very interesting. We don't really do anything with the concept, but it got me excited about, we were talking recently about zombie fiction, right? And like how we've seen it done so many ways, so many times. Like, what is there to do, right? With the concept now? But that's one of those moments that like excites me. Like, yeah, okay, use it as a way, as a vehicle to explore like things that are important and happening right now in our society. Like horror is often a vehicle for that. You know, every new zeitgeist, every new generation, you have a new lens through which to look at the monstrosities around you in the real world and like process it by way of some horrific piece of media. And I thought there's something there. But it is really just like so much of this movie, it's just aesthetic, you know, it's just like place setting, and we don't dwell on it too much. But I did appreciate that there was something here under the surface that it was flirting with, you know?
It did have some interesting concepts that I would have liked to see played with more.
Unfortunately, we're too busy making, I don't know, Master of Unlocking reference.
Yeah, and way too busy just making sure that we have a moment where all that Chris Redfield has is a knife and a lighter. A lighter that doesn't fucking work. It's a bad Zippo. Like, Zippos are supposed to be windproof, and this fucker is not windproof at all.
No. We've mentioned it. The effects are very, very bad. The whole film, like, I'm not kidding, it does feel like it was made by AI. It really does. At best, I could say, like, this feels like, I don't know, maybe like a fan project, like, released on YouTube in, like, the mid, like, 2010s, maybe. You know? Like, it feels like a fan film with, like, that level of budget, with just, like, some big-name actors. Like, if you remove that from the equation and told me, like, this was a fan project released on the internet, I would believe you.
Yeah.
It is that amateurish in a lot of ways. And yeah, the effects are very bad. Especially Birkin at the end. Like, he looks like, I don't even know, like the right side of his head is looking like he's turning into like a monkey man. He's got this one big ear.
I also got a little bit of like ape-ism.
Yeah, it's silly. It's fucking silly. But so set that aside, like the budget's not there. They're trying to do as much as they can with what they got. There is an attempt at recreating the game environments, which at times it's kind of exciting. Like the exterior of the RPD building, like, oh man, yeah, okay. Like it looks cool for a second, and then you pan inside, like, oh.
Oh, this is what we're dealing with.
What is this? Same thing with the Spencer Mansion. Like the Spencer Mansion is not quite right, but like there's a weird thing going on where when they walk into that mansion, I felt like it's live action actors walking into a diorama.
Yeah, like it really felt that way.
It felt like, honestly, there's the Fantasian, I think it is, the Mistwalker game from Sakaguchi, when he broke off from Square and wasn't making Final Fantasy for a while. Like that game, they have these like handcrafted diorama backgrounds. It's really cool. And then you have like your 3D character models in this physical, tangible diorama space. It felt like that, but like in reverse. Like they literally like, they feel like disproportionate to their surroundings. Like it's like a little baby mansion. Like we just got like Indian in the Cupboard down or something. Like I don't know how that movie works. That's not it. That's not the right reference. I don't know. Anyway, we have like real people in a little dollhouse. I just say that. It's real people in a little dollhouse. What is it? What is something where that happened? When do people get small? Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Honey, I Shrunk the RPD.
Glad you got there. That
was the Stars. That feels like
that was like a walk.
Dancing with the Stars. Like that would be like 8 p.m.
You're
Wednesdays
still
on ABC. Yeah. I walked back out. Like I came up to the front door, but I had like social anxiety, so I left and I walked around the back, and I'm gonna try to come in through the garage.
You wrote "Itchy Tasty" on the window and then just walked the fuck away.
What are we talking about?
You were talking about Honey, I Shrunk the Stars.
Okay.
You were talking about a Rick Moranis revival.
I mean, we love seeing him. He's coming back for Spaceballs, too. Come on, bring him back.
Ready.
I love Rick Moranis.
Bring him back for Honey, I Shrunk the Stars.
I always say yes. All the stars are here. We've got, who do we got? Who are we shrinking?
I mean, Rick Moranis, obviously.
Well, I meant into this movie.
Oh.
But
shit.
We could shrink a star. I think, yeah. I mean, in terms of like, I don't think anyone in this movie is a star. I don't think you could say that.
They weren't then. I think Tom Hopper, I think is his name. Wesker. He is everywhere. He was in Umbrella Academy as one of the main characters. Like he's places. Robbie Amell did Upload. He did some of the CW shows with the DC universe. He has a couple of his own movies.
Though, yeah, that's not like.
And
to
then
detract.
Hannah John Kamen is Ghost in the Marvel is Ghost in MCU. So she was Thunderbolts and what is that? Ant-Man and Wasp.
I guess that's kind of my point. Is like, and I don't care about the fame. Like, this isn't a criticism. I just mean like, would you say stars? I think they're like all that caliber of. Oh, I saw you in that one thing. Like, if you're a fan of that thing, you can place them. But otherwise, like, I've seen you around, you know?
Right,
but maybe
that's
not,
fair.
Like, name recognition.
Yeah, we're not looking at, like, a Tom Cruise or a, Timothée Chalamet.
Tom Cruise. Who would he have been? Leon? He would have been Leon, like, back in the day. A couple decades removed, maybe?
I don't know. I feel like Leon's character is so much more of kind of like he starts off as, yes, he's a rookie, but he's also seemingly like not a dipshit like he is in this, but more maybe like a naive nice guy. Like,
yeah, they like totally misunderstood.
Like he's from a very polite Midwestern family.
Leon's rookiness is like, I've joined law enforcement for the best reasons, I guess, that you can imagine someone would, and I'm not jaded on it yet, and I haven't seen what it actually is, and also, like, I am by the book and very self-serious and very kind of nervous and uptight and wooden and trying to do things by the book, but not stupid.
Never
stupid. Leon is stupid. He's such a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did they do that? Like, okay, you need comic relief. You know what? If they had done that with Barry, I would have been like annoyed. But I guess I could have seen it. Like, you just need this in the dynamic in the movie. But the thing is, we don't need to do that with any characters because we have Brad Vickers. That is his thing. He is Chicken Heart Vickers. He is the dipshit. Just make him be a dipshit. Bring him along for the ride and have him do something dumb. Or if you want to like have someone exploring Spencer Mansion and you need him out in the helicopter so that he can just fucking die, which is what they do. I don't know. Just like make it. You've made original characters for the movie. Just make an original dipshit.
But they had what, another guy named Richard who explores Spencer Mansion with Redfield.
Yeah, you know what? Like, if you want to take Forrest or Enrico or like a Bravo team member and like bring them into the fold and have them play like an outsized role from the original game and like make them comic relief or something, I don't think anyone would complain about that. Like, oh yeah, they weren't characters in the original, really. Like, you barely saw them, if at all. Some of these Bravo team members, just do that. You know, there's so much. The thing is, like, it's already shoving so much shit in these movies, you know, from the games. And then, like, so you realize the potential there. And then, like, these other things, they just, like, they want to misuse the established character from the game instead of just, like, using the just bountiful, unlimited potential of what's already in there in terms of, like, characters. So there's so many people to choose from, you know? There's so many events to choose from, but I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
It's silly. It's silly. It really is kind of baffling at times. Again, AI. I don't know. ChatGPT just doesn't know what's most compelling or not. It's just sort of pulling it all in and mixing it up and spitting it out. Who says that? That's a Leon dialogue. That doesn't feel like Leon. AI doesn't know. Just attribute it to a character in the thing, in the product, in the entertainment product based on the entertainment franchise. It actually makes me wonder, like, I don't know, I've been feeling like very depressed about the state of AI art, like generative AI, and like what it's doing to culture. But then I watch something like this, you know, when you watch something like this, like, well, you know what? We were making AI art before the AI did.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see something like, you know what? If this is what we're doing anyway, just give it over to the machines. Fuck it.
Maybe it'll do a better job. Feed this script into AI and say, please make this coherent and better.
It's hard to find silver linings. I don't know if there are any, like it's dark times, but I guess you can sometimes look at something like this. Like, okay, if AI is going to just start making Hollywood shit like this and leach out what remains that is at all compelling, maybe that'll just like take up all that energy over there. And then like those of like the real artists out there who want to make something, who want to communicate to their fellow humans something of substance, they're going to stay away from that shit. And it might be a more niche thing. Film just might become a more niche thing, like, you know, like theater is these days, right? Like it's not a mass market thing, but like those who seek out something like of earnestness will find it, and people will make that thing. And we'll just have to reacclimatize to that. But like, fine, just go make the bullshit. Let the machines make the Hollywood, like, just bombast spectacle. I don't really want to watch that anyway. And then we'll find the humans, and then they'll make the movies. They'll make the films, you know? And that's that.
Right.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not fine, but, you know.
It's not fine at all. And that's one of the reasons this movie just bummed me the hell out.
One thing that it didn't bum me out. It, like, again, with so much of this movie, it's a cool idea, could be fun. It ends up being just arbitrary and nothing, but game was made originally, the original game, 96, set in 1998, having a 90s soundtrack. Nice touch.
Yeah, liked that.
It does feel like it's like, oh, we like James Gunn.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
We like James Gunn. We want to do the James Gunn thing. And like you didn't pull it off. But I see the attempt. I'm sorry, the AI, I think we put that into the prompt. Like also a little bit of a James Gunn style popular music whimsy. And that got spit out as well.
Yeah. I see that.
Yeah. I see it. I hear it. I actually had a couple of those songs stuck in my head after watching the film.
I had a lot about this movie stuck in my head after watching it. Most of it in like not a good way. But the soundtrack was one of the parts that I was kind of having fun with.
Yeah, there's not much there, you know? Like really the last half of this movie was very boring. Which is weird to say because like the first half is the ramp up, but that was just so much more interesting to me of just like exploring some of the themes that I was talking about and like actually spending time with the characters. Like the last half is just like really.
It reminded me of Alone in the Dark.
Bad effects. Yeah, it really
is just
kind of
a
like
long ass
style
action sequence.
Yep.
That does nothing for the story really, and just pushes us toward the, you know, into the movie.
Yeah, really. I tend to zone out during those things. I feel like I say this on so many of our episodes. Like, yeah, I kind of was in and out for the last 30 minutes because I don't find that interesting, especially when it's just so like devoid of humanity. Like it is just CG, bad CGI, just it up and down. Like nothing looks good and nothing matters. And yeah, there's just nothing to it.
Okay, you know, that brings us to a pretty good point. You say that nothing matters, but see, here's the problem, is based on all of the trivia I found, a lot of things mattered. Okay. So let's go to a corner, and I'm going to tell you all about it.
Is it a corner Oh, can we do a corner in the Spencer Mansion?
Sure. I like that.
Because I love, my love for the original Resident Evil in particular.
Yes.
The very specific atmosphere and camp and vibes of that original Spencer Mansion is still my favorite game. And there's one hallway in particular I'm thinking of. Like, really, one of the most compelling things about that mansion, just some of the weird architecture. Like, why? What is this hallway? It's just doors, and it like has these weird angles, and there's like an armchair tucked in the corner of this hallway facing the corner of a wall.
Yep.
And there's nothing else around. There's no end table. It's just a little armchair there. And that's the corner I want to be in. Can we go there?
Sounds good.
Let's go.
I know stuff.
All right. Speaking of the weird-ass architecture of Spencer Mansion, Capcom actually gave the filmmakers the blueprints to recreate the main halls of both Spencer Mansion and the RCPD station.
What?
Yeah.
What? Why would you need Wait, what?
Uh-huh. Like I said, things mattered to the filmmaker. It just, they didn't do the thing with the stuff.
I don't see that at all. But the thing is, like, how would you need that?
My only thought was
what?
they actively tried to design sets and or like camera motions that made you think you were following the players through the exact blueprint of Spencer Mansion or
I
the
get
RCPD.
It. And I like if you are adapting like I don't know a book or another movie or something where like you can't just actually go into the world and look around yourself and look at the map provided. Like you have that. It's called decades worth of video games, remakes and original experiences with maps in the video games, and also like all of these like camera angles. You can go fixed camera angle. You know what? Do you want to go back through again in a modern experience and move the camera around? You have that as well. Just the fact that I don't know why they needed those.
What's funny is I was pretty sure that was going to be the one that would get you a little bit. So I wanted to start it off with it.
It doesn't get me, like, I don't feel angry. I'm very confused.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
At
like,
what point how that was
this wasn't intended
necessary.
to be this didn't intend to be like a Brandon rage bait comment. It's much more of a, let's see if I can confuse the fuck out of my friend. Next, a video that Claire watches in the lab's basement shows the Ashford twins.
Yeah.
Torturing a dragonfly, ripping its wings away, and then letting it be eaten alive by ants. This same footage is in Code Veronica.
Code Veronica, yeah. No, it was one of those moments like, why the fuck is that here? Why is that here? It's Itchy Tasty again. Like, that is a very creepy piece of footage you find in Code Veronica when you're actually dealing with the Ashford twins. They're not in this movie. It means nothing to anybody.
With that, the footage of the Ashford twins, along with the mid-credit scene. Did you see the mid-credit scene?
Yeah, I did.
Basically, was intended to be set up for sequels. That's it.
Yeah, we're marveling. I mean, I say, like, why is that here? It's to set up the next.
Yeah,
but
of course
it means nothing in this context.
Which is not going to happen, but, you know.
Is that for sure? Like, I would say,
I'm pretty
I
certain. They made a TV show after this had been made that also failed. I think they're done for a bit.
No, you know what we need? We need to just wait 23 years.
Yeah.
And then Uwe Boll will step in.
Uwe Boll is going to be in this bitch. It's going to be...
Give it to Boll.
Crazy.
Fuck, I don't...
Yeah, let's see it.
What is there...
What does it hurt now? Okay,
give him a Resident Evil. Let's see what he does.
Here's one that was rage bait for me.
They should give him 5. Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Like, give Uwe Boll Resident Evil 5.
No, I don't want it to be that problematic.
Well, yeah. I meant in terms of like just the action focus. But yeah, no, he would dial up the the problems.
Yeah, like I don't want to do that.
Oops, all problems. I just
Oops,
meant
all
like
problems, man.
I was thinking specifically of the scene I was just infatuated with in House of the Dead, where like it zooms in on her gun and then like you watch the ammo, like the buckshot explode out of it, and we're like zooming. You know, I was like, that bring that energy into Resident Evil 5. Who the fuck cares, right? Sure. I want Sheva like flipping off a roof, and then she shoots like in the arc during the arc of her jump, and then we zoom in like into the barrel, and then turn around and zoom out back out of the barrel with the projectiles, and just like fine, yeah, why not? What would he do with man? Like Chris punching the boulders into the magma. Like we could get like a full 360. We could be like spiraling around the boulders.
No, they can't do that anymore. They can't do the 360 anymore.
Kill too many people.
Kill too many people.
That's why it's the boulder. It's not Chris. Do it on the rocks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just a camera on a fucking rock. Uwe Boll, love that. Okay, this one genuinely upset me.
We'd have to give the rock boobs for him to be interested.
Jesus Christ. Greg Russo had an unused story and script, which he was developing with James Wan, and was inspired by Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. He wanted to go back to the scarier tone of the original games and focus more on horror, just like Resident Evil 7 did. And they canceled that one for this one.
Mm-hmm. There was like, but in the first half, there was the attempts like, with, the truck scene, and like,
yeah,
it's a very stock, cliched zombie situation of like looking away from the road for a minute, and then you hit someone, and then, oh my God, we just hit someone, and we come out, and then, she's dead.
I mean,
she's not dead.
Yeah, that happened. It was fine.
Happened many times. I just mean like, I could feel the attempt, because like the one shot there I like is like looking out into the woods, and then you just kind of see this figure out at the tree line. Like there's a couple good shots, I could feel like the idea there to make it a more horrific film, which is not what the Paul W.S. Anderson films are.
No, not at all.
No. So I did appreciate that, but.
The next one's about Jill Sandwich. We've already talked about that.
What was it? Just that she says it?
Oh, just the fact that it's a reference and where the reference came from.
It is. No, it's just. You just nailed it. This is a reference, period. Next one.
And it was used in another couple of games. Like, it's fine.
This is a reference. This is also a reference. Did you see that was a reference, though? Well, maybe we'll scream it this time. We'll scream it two more times, just so you notice.
They did make like custom ammo boxes for ammunition, so they looked identical to the ones in the games.
That's fun. I appreciate that. I just realized. Sorry, I just realized. Screaming Itchy Tasty is this movie's equivalent of Silent Hill, the movie, actually literally screaming Silent Hill, Silent Hill at the beginning. Like, it's the same thing. Kind of. Like, we just have someone scream it. Why not?
I mean, at this point.
Not?
All right. And I didn't know this one, and I'm kind of sad that I never knew this one. But it talks about the scene in Resident Evil where the zombie is the first time you see a zombie in Resident Evil 1, which we have frame for frame in this movie.
Yep.
The only part of this trivia that I really enjoy is the fact that according to Shinji Mikami, the zombie's name is actually Turning Around Zombie.
Okay.
That's what they named him. They named him Turning Around Zombie.
Huh. Better than Man.
Yeah, better
Which
than Man.
We are familiar with. Like, if y'all think you got the reference, well, guess what? We got one on you, because actually that is a reference to Sweet Home.
Yeah.
We were doing it there. That actually, I was like that scene, like, hey, I know what we're doing here. This looks kind of good from the back. And he turns around like, never mind.
Yeah. No. Put that away. Put that face away.
It. Dude, the game zombie looks better than this shit. What is this? What? Why?
It really looked like they put a green hood on someone and green screened his head. Like, it's that level of bad.
It reminded me of I Am Legend, the Will Smith one, where like,
Yeah.
actually the first few minutes of the movie kind of rip, you know? He's like going in and he like comes down this hallway and there's like all the vampires kind of like just like heaving, you know, like you got their backs to the camera and he's just like, they're kind of illuminated in the dark. It's like, that looks fucking good. And then they turn around like, that looks fucking bad.
Yeah.
Never mind. This movie's going to suck, isn't it? And then it did. But yeah, it was like that. Like, oh man, from the back, this looks cool. Is this going to be cool? Please let it be cool. Oh no, it sucks again. No. Why?
I would have been happier if they did Warm Bodies makeup. Not the bonies. The corpses.
Never the bonies.
Not the bonies. Never the bonies.
Never the bonies. We talked, the zombies in that movie actually looked good. And like, especially the aspect of like them not blinking, you know, like that was very good. I appreciated that.
Okay, this one also kind of pisses me off. Johannes Roberts, the writer-director of the movie, had badly wanted to include more tyrants and monsters, particularly Mr. X and Nemesis, among others.
God,
however, he found it.
What the? Yeah.
He found it difficult. He found difficulty trying to write them into the film's plot in a believable way, and ultimately decided not to include them. Yeah, no fucking kidding, man.
He found it difficult because he was running out of allowed characters when he was feeding his prompt into ChatGPT.
Even ChatGPT was like, bro, too much. Too much, my guy. Another kind of fun one, Lily Gao, who was Ada Wong in the film.
Uh-huh.
She actually went on to voice Ada in the Resident Evil 4 remake.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
No kidding. I was
that's
thinking,
really
like,
cool.
When she was talking, like, you know what? We're only getting like 30 seconds of her in this movie, but like, this feels familiar. Maybe she...
she feels right.
She feels right. Well, she feels right to us, but then a lot of people do complain about that Ada, actually. So maybe she feels wrong.
Oh.
It's like doubling down on wrong to some players. I liked Ada in the remake. I thought she was fine.
Yeah, I thought she was fine. This is for all of our gun heads out there. All of our ammo boys and girls.
All right, I'm ready to go. You know me.
Buckle up.
Love a good firearm. The barrel, from the barrel to the trigger. I love the ammo.
The grip.
Yeah, the grips are great. I like good grip.
There's a hammer and a pestle. Nope.
I know that you use a magazine, not a clip. I called it a clip for a long time because of Resident Evil, because I played Resident Evil at a young age, and you get clips. Like, okay, they're all clips. And then I learned as an adult, not that long ago, that actually, no, you just call them magazines. They're not clips in the modern age, at least not what we're usually referring to. I know that because I'm a big gun guy.
Yeah, we're all big gun heads over here. The pistol that Wesker used was his signature samurai edge, which should have been a standard M9 Brigadier. However, this is his Resident Evil 5 version, which is a Beretta M9A1. This variant of the pistol wasn't released until 2006, as it was updated with an accessory rail, which the original didn't have. Little anachronism for all you eagle-eyed gunheads out there.
When does the trivia start? Because I knew all this. Did you have anything interesting?
That's
though,
my bad.
Like, oh yeah, no. Okay.
I've got one last one for you, and this is the one that I read and had to close my computer for a moment. Like, I had to get up and walk away. I was so mad. So mad. Johannes Roberts is a huge fan of John Carpenter, which is, of course, fine. Aren't we all?
Yeah.
His vampire movies are fantastic.
No, I like the one that wasn't directed by him. They just put his name on it. I prefer that one.
He based Leon S. Kennedy on Jack Burton from John Carpenter's Big Trouble in Little China. Both characters are likable and sympathetic anti-heroes, yet they are completely incompetent, don't know what the hell is going on, and their only heroic deed is killing the main villain at the very end. One could even argue they are the comedic relief. One, that's never Leon S. Kennedy, and two, that's not fucking Jack Burton either.
No.
Suck my butt, trivia.
What?
Like, Big Trouble in Little China is one of my favorite 80s movies. I watch it often.
Mm-hmm,
That's not how Jack Burton works. Yeah, he's a little bit of comedic relief, and he's in over his head, and he's exasperated, but he does several things to help push the plot forward.
It's all in the reflexes.
It's all in the reflexes.
Leon has no reflexes. He lets the on fire combusted zombie come into the police station. He has to get saved by irons. He has no reflexes.
Is probably asleep in more of the movie than he is awake for the full runtime.
Yeah.
That's Trivia
Leon
Corner.
S. Kennedy,
and
the S stands for snoozing away.
Absolutely fuck that trivia. Particularly for the Jack Burton comment. One, for making a Leon Kennedy based on Jack Burton, which Jack Burton's not young and naive and doing the right thing for the right reasons. Jack Burton's a fucking con man. Like, you can't make two characters, like, you can't put them together and base one on the other if they are diametrically opposed characteristics. Like,
it's like when you meet a fan of something that you also like, you know? And at first you think you're going to have a moment of, I don't know, like joint like appreciation of the thing.
Sure.
Like, hey, Tarantino, you like Tarantino? Oh yeah, me too. Like, what do you like? Any favorite films or like?
And then they look at you and they're like, I love when he gets those feet on camera.
Yeah, the feet
and you're
on
like,
camera.
God damn it.
Like so much feet, and then also like when he casts himself in the movie so that he can say racial slurs. Oh, I can't get enough of that. It's hilarious and fun every time. You're like, oh, I gotta go. And actually, I don't know if I like Tarantino.
You've made me question my entire fan base. Huh.
Yeah, like you really misunderstood what this thing was about, huh? Okay.
Or walk up to somebody and you're like, hey man, oh, you like comic book movies too? You know, I've been reading comic books since I was a kid. Yeah, did you see Morbius? What? Morbius and Kraven the Hunter. Those are my two favorite comic book movies. And it's like,
yeah, Madam Web also fucking ripped.
Yeah, Madam Web had they did some really cool stuff with the lore.
Yeah, they're actually like, you know, Marvel's really like at a low right now at the nadir of the MCU, isn't it? And you're like, oh yeah, no, I actually agree with that. Like, yeah, but at least Sony's knocking it out of the park, right?
Yeah, Sony's killing it.
Sony,
every
DC,
decision they make,
they've got it together over there.
Yeah, they're doing great shit.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Well, hey, do you want to hang out with more people who maybe you wouldn't agree with?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay,
yes, I do.
To a little place called IMDb. I have some reviews, as usual. Let's start with Smarmalade, which I really like.
That's very good.
Yeah, that's good, right? Smarmalade writing on December 21st, 2021. So maybe
they saw
they weren't there opening weekend, maybe,
swiftly.
But they were swiftly. Yes, braving the coronavirus to go see this in a theater. Perhaps I don't know if this was available on streaming at the time or not, but
God, can you imagine getting COVID because you went to go see Resident Evil: Welcome to Raccoon City? Fuck, man, that's just like a 1-2 punch of really bad shit.
I mean, maybe that's but is that like the 4D experience? Like you mask up to go see the thing about the viral outbreak, and then like as you're watching it, you start to feel like the
itchy tasty.
Tickle.
Yeah,
you feel the itchy tasty. And you try to assuage it. You try to just like swallow the half chewed popcorn kind of roughly to like scratch it on the way down, but it intensifies.
I kind of like that, actually. Like, going to a movie theater and seeing this movie during lockdown was probably a very particular choice for some folks.
I feel like I just described like a Nathan For You episode. Like, here, we're going to premiere your movie, and we're going to give everyone coronavirus when they get it, and then we're going to market it as like the movie that is so scary it makes you physically ill.
Yeah.
You know, to get the ticket sales up. This is get Nathan on the horn. All right. Anyway, Smarmalade says, 4 out of 10 first. Why?
Okay. Yep.
Good question to lead with. Why this casting? Why this director? Why this story? Why everything in this movie? Unfortunately, as expected, this movie sucks. While the CGI is not that bad as it was in the trailer, everything else is. Story is a chopped up blend of first and second game, but written badly. Casting is almost completely wrong. But even worse, characters are all written and crafted wrong. That's not Leon. That's not Jill Valentine. That's not the Redfields, and that sure as hell is not Wesker. Not to say anything against actors, ironically enough, as bad as they got casted, most of the actors in this movie are pretty good actors. From Donald Logue, did I say that right?
Donald Logue was the police chief Irons.
And then, okay. And Kea Scodelario. They were just given trash script and story to work with. Zombies look like generic vampires from sci-fi TV shows or whatever. Also, there's some inspired but bizarre camera work at times. I think that's a great summation. Inspired but bizarre.
Yeah.
I love that.
I see.
Yeah,
I could see
good.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's anyway. I'll not to cut off because I think this is a good review. Locations are underutilized and most are kind of bland looking. Atmosphere is eaten pretty fast by the movie's runtime, so there's none of that either. I don't get it. It's not an unknown brand or something. Even more, RE series is on a high point lately as a video game franchise. One excellent remake, one good and 2 fantastic sequels in the past couple of years. Yet the movie is given into the hands of a director-writer that hadn't made a good movie in his entire career. Such a shame and wasted potential. I think
that's
I agree
a
with all
very
that.
good review. Yeah.
Yeah, we like to focus on the goofballs because we love our IMDb goofballs, but sometimes let's just read an actual
a good one comes through. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like
I'm not used to this feeling of
inspired but bizarre.
Almost 100% agreeing with an IMDb review.
Yeah. Because, some of this movie is inspired, actually. Like, you feel the hint of something, like they're going for something here. Thematically, visually at times. But it just then, it really, it is inspired fan project from a creator who just you know what? Like, this is what you send to the film school to be like, hey, teach me how to make these things, you know? Like, oh, I see the drive, I see the fire in you. We just need to get you into a university and sort of hone this skill set, teach you how to operate this camera properly. This one is from Pujo Dewo, January 11th, 2023. 7 out of 10. Miss space understood, which I like that just as I feel like that's AOL screen name in 2003.
Yeah.
I'm misunderstood. I don't know why many give this movie a bad review. Sure, it's no Oscar-worthy movie, but it is a good, fun zombie fest flick. I know the story, proper noun, is mediocre. What do you expect from a movie based on 90s video game? And the acting was also mediocre. A lot
Dude,
more.
Those 90s video games were fucking good.
But man, the scenes were amazing. Classing zombie horror flick. I know it's different than Milan Jovovich, all one word, which is a Resident Evil, not a proper noun, that is packed of CGI, especially on the later installments. This Resident Evil tries to do it old school. You can feel the classic zombie jump scare, the bloody gore mayhem. It's all just fun to watch. I hope they will make a sequel and have better storyline. And the way they tell the story has a potential for sequels.
What? There was no... Please tell me where the fun classic zombie moments come from the poor CGI rendered liquor. Or the big old G-virus monster.
I got nothing. I mean, sometimes I just, I bring these up I don't really have a comment. I don't want our listeners to walk away thinking ours are the only opinions out there, right?
That's fair.
We're just two guys.
This person's opinion is just wrong, though.
We don't know shit. I never made a movie.
That's true.
Maybe they're right. Maybe they're right.
Yeah, I'm sure that someone posting a review on IMDb, fucking stellar at movie creating.
This next one, we might be able to hang out with this person because we have similar, media backgrounds. This one's from Terry Fan, January 12th, 2022. 1 out of 10. Capcom, is this your idea of a joke? Now, I don't think I'm going to read this whole one. It is quite long, but there are a couple moments in here. I love Resident Evil, but this movie was beyond pathetic. It is one of the biggest wastes of time of any movie. The casting is awful. Not of the cast, they know what they were doing. Jill and Leon looked nothing like in the games, nor acted like them. Making Chief Irons into this kind of role is pathetic, plus making Wesker a wimp. How dare they? Don't get me started on Claire's actress. She was so wooden that she could have been a tree. As a matter of fact, she should have played a tree. The songs in the movie serve no meaning. It was like someone took over a radio station and played anything that hit the tape player.
Huh.
Now, here's why I actually pulled this one. S.D. Perry Resident Evil books were written better than this movie as they force so much into one story. Read the S.D. Perry books. They are far superior. I like that they also recognize, like, man, S.D. Perry just shoves a lot of stuff into
a lot of shit
story
right there.
Or in Caliban Cove's case, not really shoving much anything in that one.
Not really. No. I do think that's a little unfair to Sculadero. I think Claire Redfield did a pretty good job with what she was given.
Yeah, I didn't find any reason to complain about her, especially given everyone else around here. Like, I think she was at the level of the movie that she was in. I was going to say,
I have no complaints in the acting about no complaints about the acting in this movie. I feel like it was mostly a writing and direction issue.
Yeah. Again, they're just playing the wrong characters at times, but no one was like, that's not the issue to have with the movie, in my opinion. Yeah. But let's see what Dookie 86563 has to say, or had to say on November 24th, 2021. 1 out of 10, incomprehensible.
The day it came out. This was the day it came out. Holy shit.
Just fresh out of the theater.
Our man in the field, Dookie.
Maybe they were taking a Dookie. Like, they were holding it for the movie, and they had to hold it for an hour and 40 minutes or whatever it was, or 3 hours, whatever. It felt like that long. And they went, sat down, like, well, what am I going to do to keep me occupied during this Dookie
review this movie
6563? Let's drop a quick review. Awful. 0 raccoons. Nothing like the games.
Yes. Oh god, that is so good. Fuck, that is comedy. That's fucking
Fight
gold.
Scenes are awful. I don't know why they forced the first 2 games together, despite them originally being set months apart. The only good part was the funny man from Victorious. Utterly incomprehensible. Hate it. I don't know if this person has, like, I don't know if they knew what Resident Evil was when they came in. I like to believe that they had no clue.
I just love the fact that one of their first things,
they know. Yeah.
One of the first things they said is 0 raccoons. That is so very funny. Fucking good. Oh,
I thought that was funny, and then I saw like 4 or 5 other reviews that did it. Like, oh, maybe this is actually not as clever or original as I thought. But in the moment I read this, like, this was the first one. So, Dookie, you made me chuckle. I gotta.
Good job.
I gotta
Good job,
give you your
Dookie.
moment in the spotlight here. Yeah. CL Max, December 22nd, 2021. 1 out of 10. This is the worst film I've ever seen. Spoilers. This is the worst film I've ever seen. What about respecting the game content? From the race of the protagonist in the game to the timeline. The only respect is the scene. The last point is for the scene.
Okay. I need to make sure I clarify something about my dislike for the casting of Wesker and Jill and Leon. I have no problem with any sort of like gender swapping or race swapping of characters ever.
Yeah.
That is never a problem that I have. What I do have a problem with is when you take a character that is intended to be a certain type of character and they are written to be something so far from the character that you are used to and expect, and other characters are written the way that they are portrayed in the game. Like that's where my what grinds my gears.
I've never understood that. Like, it comes up again too. Like now, just it's the quick like, oh, it's woke or whatever. Like that response. Like, what is your issue? Because like when I say the character isn't right, I'm talking about the characterization, the personality,
exactly.
The actions that the person in the fictional story take. Like, we're not talking about a skin color here. Like, that's irrelevant. No. And I almost read for that reason, because I don't want to highlight these people. They get caught up on that because like it's like the bit we were doing with Tarantino. Like, oh, we might be complaining about the same thing, but in very different ways. But I really like the only respect is the scene. The last point is for the scene. I kind of read this as like pompous, like kind of like a Godard or just like a very artiste, like the mise en scène. But the mise en scène was,
So there was a piece of trivia that I pointedly left off of my list that was obviously added later by probably someone who was like editing pages, or you know how you can do that on IMDb, you can like submit your own trivia and stuff like that sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this was self-submitted, but it's like Jill Valentine in this movie is not of French/Japanese like ethnicity, and I was like, what? Why do you need to do that though? Like, why honestly, do you need to do that though?
Yeah, the only like visually, again, all my issues were with characterization. There was only one visual problem I had with any of the characters. I really just wanted Jill Valentine wearing the beret. Like I
needed that beret, something fierce.
Why didn't you do that?
They did some of the other costumes so well.
Yeah,
Claire and Leon's costuming was on point. Like, it was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But no beret on Jill Valentine is a heartbreaker.
That hurts. Yeah. And the movie was already leaning into the game stuff like so earnestly at times. Like, it wouldn't have felt out of place, you know? It's already like a campy, silly time. I don't know.
Well,
anyway.
Okay, so I did read something kind of unfortunate that the director did want to go full Uwe Boll with this and have several moments of full frontal female nudity. But he was kind of shot down because it didn't make sense for that to be a thing that happens in this film. He wanted to go with like, because he was a big fan of like 70s and 80s horror where nudity was relatively common. He wanted to include it in his film, to the point where he had costume changes planned for characters like Jill Valentine and Claire Redfield, where they would go into their game costumes. Cool.
I mean, if the actors sign up for that and they're cool, my only thing is like, but then you got to give us some Wesker and some Chris, and you got to spread it around. You gonna spread it around? Like, let's just drop a big old blonde Wesker dong right in the middle of the movie. He's got the sunglasses. Why? I don't know. Let's just do it. I need a locker room scene of all the boys just like whipping towels at one another's asses, and then just like
Starship Trooper.
Like, Chris, is it cold in here? So like, these are fine. Let's just do that.
God.
I do like the idea of just like 10 minutes just sandwiched in the middle of the movie. Jill sandwiched, you know, and just like
Jill sandwiched in the middle of the movie.
Like very long Starship Troopers style, like just shower scenes, locker room scenes. Yeah. Why not?
God.
You know, to that last point, like I did pull one up that was bitching about like, why do these movies always have to have like, why do we always have to have like female characters and then just like shoehorned in. It's like I wanted to just respond to this person and argue at them, you know? Like, what are you talking about? It's Resident Evil, like half the protagonists are female.
Yeah.
Even if also like just to have that criticism anyway. But I don't want to do it. Just fuck them. Let's move on.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Let's move on to So 80s, December 24th, Christmas Eve, 2022. 5 out of 10. Hot, smelly garbage. This is not a good Christmas Eve movie. I don't know if they celebrate Christmas.
No, it's not.
Just, I was extremely excited to see a more faithful version to the gameplay of the series in this movie. However, that excitement was immediately sucked out when the characters opened their mouths. If it were entirely sound effects and yelling, it would be better than this. Let me just say, I cuss. Some say too much. I view it as the salt and pepper of language. When used strategically, it's an art form. When used the way in this movie, you're praying for the town to be nuked as soon as possible. The screenwriter obviously doesn't think much of his audience, or the English language for that matter, by the sheer amount of nonsensical swearing in this beautiful movie.
Wait, hang on. You can't call hot, smelly garbage a beautiful film.
We're not done. And while beautiful to look at, the dialogue immediately sinks any and all hope of being tolerable. You'd swear a 5th grade boy who learned new cuss words over the weekend wrote it. Watch on mute or prepare to be annoyed. We talked a lot about the effects and characterization, but Bo, the profanity. The profanity. In this film. If we had watched it on Christmas Eve, we would be feeling a little different, you know? Like, oh man, has Santa seen me doing this? Am I going to get some coal? This seems like a naughty list kind of thing. Saying all these bad words.
I'm glad this movie I was able to stream. Otherwise, I don't think it'd be on the BYU server.
No. It wouldn't be there anyway. Like, this should be on Tubi. This is like the most Tubi-ass movie ever.
This is like a Tubi-ass movie, man. The amount of nonsensical swearing in this beautiful movie.
It was a beautiful film, but just bogged down by profanity. Needless swears. We got one here from Sam Joel F., December 5th, 2021. I bet the same people who hate this hate the RE3 remake. That kind of sums it up. Yeah, I think probably that's true. Because that was a positive review. I think we're in the 10. Yeah, we're in the 10 out of 10s now. You don't like this? I bet you also didn't like the other thing that was Resident Evil that actually wasn't very good and kind of failed to meet expectations. Like, I bet you didn't like that either, did you? I'm like, no.
Actually, no.
No, it was fine. It wasn't bad. It was kind of a bummer, though. Okay,
just like this.
I gotta highlight a couple here that people had issues with the movies, but like for very different reasons than we did.
Okay.
Starting off with Nathan McDougall, January 30th, 2022, 10 out of 10, does its best to follow Capcom. If you are a fan of the game, it does its best to follow the series. It tries to fit 2 to 3 movies into one, and for that, I am thankful that it doesn't leave us with a 2-movie cliffhanger. But the downside is that, well, it will seem a little rushed and leave you wanting a longer movie.
Jill a little rushed? a little rushed.
Were you left wanting a longer movie, Bo? Jill and Leon were miscast, but the characters grew on me, and I like the direction the film goes with those characters. I think they could have added 30 more minutes. They were miswritten.
Oh my God.
I think they could have added 30 more minutes to unleash Mr. X and spent more time flushing out the police chief at the HQ. But I admit, it's better to cut corners, condense the film, than to make a 6-hour trilogy to get it just right. So they don't want 6 hours, but they want more than 2. I think they want some nice in that like 3 to 4 hour range, I think is what they're looking for.
If you respell Douglas McDougall, if you like rearrange those letters, does it come out to Johannes Roberts? Because he wants Mr. X in here.
That's what the game is for. If you want to get more RE2, if you want more, get RE2 and play it on a console. Fans will like it. Folks that had never seen, played, or heard of RE will probably give this a lower score. I can and will rewatch it. Replay value.
wrong, but sure.
I have one more, like, to that point. So also Leaf Hoodies, November 29th, 2021, another 10 out of 10, should have included more. Loved the fact they included both the first and second games into this. Shame they didn't include RE3 or RE4. I think they should even include...
What?
Wait. What? Buckle up. I think they should even include the arguably best game in the series, RE6. This is great if you love the games or the TV shows. People are just trying to settle in for like a 4-hour film. They want like the Lord of the Rings extended versions, like Resident Evil experience. They want a fucking intermission in the middle.
That comment baffles me.
At first, like, oh, they're doing a bit. Like, oh, the best game in the series, RE6. Like, oh, you're being sarcastic. But I read it again. Like,
I don't think they are.
No, I don't think so. I think that's earnest. And that's why, if it were sarcasm, please, I would leave it off.
Please explain to me how Leon S. Kennedy can go from rookie in the RPD to Eastern Europe rescuing the president's daughter in one 107-minute movie.
And he's got to go through all his training with Krauser, too. You know, he's got a lot of... You know what we're going to need? We're going to need a montage.
At least 3 montages. All done. All done. These montages are all... The music has all been selected by James Gunn. We are ready to roll.
What 90s hit are we doing for the montage? Chumbawamba? Oh, Chumbawamba.
Oh, I get knocked down. I get up again.
During the training, but he gets up again, and then he... Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's
or
not
Matchbox
bad.
20, Push. That'd be good.
Okay.
That'd be pretty good, too.
Or Spice Girls. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. To save the president's daughter.
To save the president's daughter.
Get ChatGPT on the horn, please. I think we're ready to write this thing.
Genie in a bottle. I don't know. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we even doing anymore?
I don't know, but I gotta just highlight this one because it's one of my favorite ways I've ever seen to start an IMDb review. This is from Franklin La Paz, November 27th, 2021. 10 out of 10. Aloha. False low rating. Bonjour, mes amis.
Oh, Christ.
Get their attention with the aloha in the heading and then just seal the deal, snag them with that French. This film was super epidemic on the big screen. Great storyline. It's scary. Eat some movie nachos and Diet Coke to watch this movie. Not 2 concessions I will be going for at the movies. We have a lot of differences of opinions here. A great turn on Resident Evil 1 and 2 video games put on this film. Watch it. Merci beaucoup. I laughed so hard seeing that aloha and then the bonjour follow-up.
Dude,
I had to pull it. I had to do it.
That's some wild shit.
Also, just like, hey, you want to get some concessions? Yeah. What are you going for? I was thinking movie nachos and a Diet Coke. Nah, I'm gonna get something else.
Nah, dog. Nah, I'm good.
Yeah. All right. We gotta end with this one, because another callback to someone who enjoys the same media that we do, but in a different way. We're gonna end with Mick Dansforth, March 11th, 2022. So much awesome! That was awesome! The movie does a great job of condensing 2 6+ hour video games down to 140 minutes. This is the movie I have been waiting decades for. I love the Mia Jovovich, Paul W.S. Anderson series of Resident Evil movies, except 5. It has no sympathetic characters. But Resident Evil Welcome to Raccoon City is the dream come true. I really hope they make sequels to this. I'd also love to see adaptations of the S.D. Perry books Caliban Cove and Underworld. This makes me so happy.
Did he really say 140 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, I felt that.
Yeah, it did.
I think, I mean, that's a mistake,
But, hey,
honestly. Like, you know, you see hour 40 and then your brain says like 140. I get it. You know, it happens.
ST Perry has fans out there. I'm loving that. I'm loving that a bunch.
I'm so glad we were talking about what's the best order to do our Resident Evil episodes in. We did the right thing. Starting
I think we did.
Cove. You got to dock the boat in the cove before you set out for the expedition to seek out the other, you know, RE experiences. Yeah. So that's that. That's that.
That's that.
Thank you for visiting.
You know what, man?
Raccoon City.
Yeah, and thanks for listening to us just kind of bullshit about this movie.
I think we might have talked about things outside the movie more than we talked. Like, this is one of those episodes that I think,
yeah,
half of it is
everywhere.
Trivia and reviews.
Yeah. If you want to talk to us about ST Perry books or this movie and your thoughts, drop us a line at sourcenotfoundpod@gmail.com, on any of the socials, Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and check us out on our Patreon, just patreon.com/sourcenotfoundpod. And YouTube. Yeah, that one, where you can find a backlog of all of our episodes, as well as videos of Brandon playing games that we cover on this podcast. Brandon, what are you playing right now on Twitch?
Resident Evil.
Yeah,
playing Resident Evil for a couple weeks. Yeah, we're actually recording this. Brief, how the Jill sandwich gets made. We're recording this pre your trip. We don't know how it is yet. I think right now, in the future, when you're hearing this, when we're releasing this, I'm enjoying Resident Evil 9. Let's believe I think it's the best Resident Evil ever made. That's what I'm
also hoping for the same thing.
Yeah. But I think right now we're somewhere in Japan together.
Yeah.
Living it up, not playing video games. But when we're back from that, playing that.
Video games ahoy.
Mm-hmm.
Our theme song.
St. Sealcanth.
Awesome, dude.
One of the best to do it.
Yep. Just killer. I mean, I would love to at some point find something that he's created that's just fine. But instead, it's every time I'm just like, this is a fucking banger. This is really good too.
Yep. Very prolific musician. Check him out on YouTube. Link down in the show notes. Also, recently been streaming on Twitch a lot more regularly. So is doing games and doing music composition as well. So definitely check him out on Twitch.
Super cool.
Yeah. You can also hang out with me there. Twitch.tv/LegionBug. But yeah, that's what's going on. Thank you as well. What else is going on? Thanking our lovely, lovely patrons. Thank you so much, too. I did. You want to take this one?
No, I'm good.
We could go back and forth. We could sync it up. We have no idea the name the other person is going to say. Ready? 13th Horseman. You're not with us on. You're not hitting me at all.
Jacob.
Joey Bishop.
Son of a bitch. I'm bad at this. You just go.
Wait, there's only. You know who is going to be.
Susie
Dags, and there's only one more. Frederick Weaver. You're not.
Frederick Weaver Warhog.
Weaver Warhog. Okay. We'll never do that again.
Cool. That was awesome. I'm sure that it was just a sonic meal for our listeners. Check your toilets for polyglots. Aloha. And merci beaucoup.
Stay itchy tasty.
Stay itchy tasty.
Itchy tasty. We just say it. Just say the line a lot. And then it's like, oh fuck. They just made that reference and I got it all 5 times.
They punched me in the face with this reference and I smiled the whole time. Au revoir? I don't know.
Aloha.
Aloha. It means hello and goodbye.
Bye. This is the bye one. Bye.